Today I'm joined by off-road champion TJ Flores. TJ, thanks for being with us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
So tell us a little bit about how you got involved with this crazy sport of off-road racing.
I think it was back in 1991. Was out by Gene, Nevada, and seen the Gold Coast 300 and seen Ivan Stewart, Walker Evans, and maybe Rob McCackran, the old Rough Rider team out there, just throwing it down out in the desert. And I was probably 12, 13 years old, so it was probably like the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. I come from Northern California, so didn't see anything like that when I moved here.
You have a steep history of victories here in the off-road community. Tell us a little about the most memorable ones for you.
One of the probably most memorable ones is probably in 2003. My first overall win was in a Class 10 car in Callahan, Nevada. I drove a single-seater back then. I worked for Butch Steen, and he gave me the opportunity to get to go race, and went out there and won. So it was pretty cool. Then from then on, we just kept trying hard and winning more races. And in 2007, I would say, I started driving Class 1 by myself, and just from there on, we won 7 or 8 championships in Class 1. And then in 2012, we stepped up to trophy truck halfway through the year. The first race out, we won overall in HDRA race, and then won another snore race right afterwards, snore 250. And then this is my first full year in trick truck in Best in Desert, and we won the Silver State 300 overall, and we're up at, we're like 43 points out of the top 3 in overall points. So, that's pretty big feat for the first year, jumping up and really growing up with no money and having the opportunity to go race a trophy truck that, only millionaires get to go race is pretty incredible.
Absolutely, and being that you're doing so well in trophy truck, a lot of people were kind of jumping from Class 1 to trophy truck is a big feat for a lot of the off-road racers. How has that been for you?
I'm very fortunate. I prep and maintain race cars, so I'm a mechanic, and I get to test a lot of different cars. So the challenge is more just judging the speed difference because of the weight. Like a Class 1 car, when you're doing 100 miles an hour, really feels like you're doing 100 miles an hour. Trophy truck or trick truck don't feel like it. It feels like you're doing 60, 70, kind of like you're sitting on your couch a little bit. A little lazy man driving.
Right. So actually, as you know, today actually starts the 46th anniversary of the Baja 1000. The bikes take off tonight. Tell us a little bit about the Baja 1000 and how it is for our community.
Well, the Baja 1000 for the off-road community is probably like the Indianapolis of Indy and then Daytona 500 of NASCAR. It's the top of the top. This year we just chose not to do it. We're more focused on the Best in Desert points. So next year we're going to go probably do the 3 Mexico races. But the Baja 1000 is the pinnacle of off-road racing. If you want to win a race, that's the race to win. And in the in Baja, if you want to win a race in the United States, you want to win the Mint 400. So luckily I've won the Mint 400, and we won the Baja 500 once. So next race to win would probably be the Baja 1000.
Perfect. And actually, there's actually been a lot of rule changes this year for the Baja 1000. The bikes start tonight, where usually the bikes would start the same day as the trucks and the cars. Tell me a little bit about how this is going to affect this race, especially trophy truck drivers like yourself.
The time gap is a huge deal. I mean, normally we catch the bikes within 100, some of the slow bikes really sometimes 100 miles into the race, so it becomes real dangerous because we're so used to going through the same weight vehicle dust, and when you come through a bike dust and you realize they don't have a cage around, so if they go down in front of you, the speed is hard to stop, so you don't hit one. So that's the big safety factor. But I think it probably added more of a chase danger than anything, because now their chase crews coming back north and our chase crews are going south, and so I think some of the highway traffic is going to be a little more dangerous, more head-on accidents, and so being in the race car is probably safer than being in a chase truck down there.
And can you talk a little bit about the bikes? They're taking off at night. They're going through one of the most difficult washes when they leave Mexico, actually. And, the booby traps at night, they can't see. It's dark. How do you think that affects them?
That's probably the most dangerous part, is just getting out the first 40 miles. Once you get out past the first 40 miles, you're probably all right until you get to way down south, or down by Coco's Corner or something like that, where the people congregate again. A large number of people get around and they start drinking and dig holes and watch the wrecks and then pick you up and help you get going again. But it's just the fact they do some crazy stuff down there, throw rocks at you. It's really dangerous getting out of town, even in the daylight. So I hope it doesn't add any extra danger for the lead bikes, especially gates are closed, so they don't get to see them as easy as in the daylight. Like first bike guys might have to stop and open gates. Farmers keep those gates closed, keep their cattle in and stuff like that, so it adds more danger, definitely.
And I think we're running out of time, but before we go, tell me who your pick is for this year Baja 1000.
I'm probably going to stick with the local boys, either BJ Baldwin or Bryce Minzy, but I think Bryce Minzy and Jesse Jones probably got it. They #1 qualifier, so they get to set the pace for the race.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here today with us. That's all the time we have. Stay tuned for more Studio G.